dear friends. Today I'd like to present you my story that I wrote in Russian and in English. It's very short, and I called it "Whatever happens, happens for the best," or in Russian "Все, что не делается, к лучшему." Sometimes we have a feeling that the world is going to an end, that there will be no tomorrow, no future, nothing at all. Because we don't know how to live, what to do in this or that situation. But then we wake up, open our eyes, and the day is here, the new day, and again we smile and we think that everything is good and we're in good mood. So, my story I started with a quotation of Charlie Chaplin. It says, "A day without laughter is a day wasted." So accurate. Have you ever experienced the feeling as if the sky was falling and it could be hardly worse than then? I'm not a visionary and can't see the future, although I'd sure love to have such supernatural abilities. But I think every person has faced a situation in his life which seemed to be the end of the world. Still, life goes on, no end of the world happens, and everything appears again wonderful and great. It's all to the good, says a famous world-known proverb. In general, we usually agree with this, and everything is funny as long as it is happening to someone else. Of course, it is easy to give advice to others. Be patient and put best leg foremost. Accept it if you cannot change anything, and so on. However, when it personally touches me, I have to confess, it turns out to be rather difficult to keep peace of mind, have a smile on my lips, and wait patiently for the very much desired changes. Even now, I remember one of my great faults at school when I was in the third year. It was a lesson of nature study, and I was usually one of the best pupils. For some reason, I didn't prepare for the lesson. It was the basic organization of the human body, and needless to say, I was called to the blackboard. Of course, I went and even tried my best and invented a lot of new organs and systems of a human being. The class laughed a lot, except for the teacher and myself, who had spectacularly failed and got a low grade. At the time, I was strongly convinced that it was the end of my life. Bright pictures of punishment and discontent waiting for me at home were stuck in my head. Indeed, my mom was very angry with me. She shouted for a while and made me feel even more miserable. But finally a new day began, and to my greatest surprise, my mother said while having breakfast, "Dear Olga, excuse me for my behavior yesterday. I was wrong, and I promise you from now on I will never scold you for bad grades at school." It was very astonishing to hear that phrase from my mom, but in fact, since then, she would never criticize me for any of my failures at school. That happened from time to time. As you see, the situation turned for the best. And there were a lot of unpleasant and confusing moments in my life at music and English schools, at university, at workplace, in family, with friends. The list could go on and on and on. And to cheer you up, my dear reader and listener, I would like to tell you a funny story that happened to me not much time ago. It was the beginning of last September. As usual on Sunday, I visited the German club at our Berlinskого library. I speak German fluently, and I feel at ease with the language. By that time, there was one guy whose command of German was amazing. I even experienced a touch of jealousy for a moment, so perfect was his German. After the club on my way home, the guy came up with me. We got acquainted. His name was Dirk. Dirk posed me a few questions about my German experience. where did I study the language, how long, and so on. In my turn, I respectfully noticed his professional comment of German and asked him, Dirk, your German is so great, where did you study it? And how long have you been learning German to reach such an advanced level? It seemed he didn't expect to hear that type of question, but answered me with impish laughter. Actually, it has taken me 35 years of practice since I was born in Burg, Saxon-Anhalt. But thank you for your high appreciation of my German knowledge. Silence. I had the feeling I've lost my tongue. I wished the ground would open under me. However, it did not, and I remained standing on the pavement, very embarrassed and with my cheeks burnt with shame. But Dirk seemed really enjoying my confusion and the whole situation as well, and mentioned that he liked Russians for our unusual sense of humor and way of thinking. Since then, we have been on the good terms, and I have stayed in Dirk's memory as a strange but pretty and funny Russian girl. In conclusion, I would like to quote one contemporary American Canadian composer and songwriter, Rufus Wainwright. There is no life without humor. It can make the wonderful moments of life truly glorious, and it can make tragic moments bearable. That's really true, I think. And thank you very much, my dear friends. And I wish you to stay always cheerful, to find some humor in every situation, because humor is what makes our lives funnier, more interesting, and humor enriches us and the world around us. Yeah, live always with a smile. So see you soon. Bye bye. And again, thank you very much. Yours, Olga Pazdnikova.